In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to do a fisherman's knot on a hook. For this tutorial, I'm using green 20-pound tests so that it's easier to see, but your line might be larger or smaller depending on exactly which test line you're using. 20-pound test. I'm using smaller hooks for this video. Now for this first step, I happen to have my line cut off the bail just to be able to show you in this video. But usually this would be the end of your fishing line, no hook attached. The rest of it would be attached through the loops on your pole all the way down to your bail. So make sure that you pull out enough slack for yourself in order to do this knot. I typically recommend 2 to 2.5 feet. Again, your end result could look something like this, and you're going to want to cut off that little extra piece. The first step is arguably the hardest step. You're going to want to thread your fishing line through the eye of the needle on the hook. Once you've done this, keep track of the hook so as to not poke yourself. Now, you're going to bring the slack end all the way up to your bail end. Again, keeping track of that hook. So that way your slack end and your bail end cross perpendicularly. You want your slack end to be over the top of your bail end, not under. And over the top of this far loop, furthest away from yourself, you're going to coil the slack end 6 times. Depending on the size of the hook and the size of the fish you intend to catch, you may want to use more, but in general, 6 will do the trick. I'm going to go under and pull the slack end through, and I'm going to repeat this step 6 times. I'm always watching that hook so as to not poke myself. And I'm making sure that this doesn't tighten yet. And if you happen to lose track of how many that you've done, it's okay to give an extra. Right now I'm at 5 and 6. Now it's at this step that I want to also keep track of that hook because I'm going to be positioning the hook now at the end of my line. I'm going to pull simultaneously my bail end and my slack end so that those little loops coil together. It's okay if the biggest loop begins to spin just as long as the hook is staying at the very end of the line towards the slack end. Pull and pull. And it's at this point that all this tension is making it a little bit more difficult. So I'm going to wrap the line around my fingers and pull really, really tight. Almost poked myself. Avoid that. And then see how there's going to be that little coil right there? That indicates that all my loops stayed in line, and this is a good tight knot. So long as my knot matches this example knot, we're good to go.